Good evening. Yes, it's actually evening. It's summertime, so the sun's been hanging out a lot longer. It was hot, and then it rained, and now it is humid. As you can tell, I'm nice and greasy. I worked today, and I actually stopped wearing foundation about a month ago, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying not having to deal with, like, being that much greasier and having foundation smudges and nastiness. Anyways, moving along, I want to talk about being a no woman or a no man. um, so I've had this habit over the years, less and less as I've gotten older, but over the years, being someone who said yes to everything. And I just literally made a decision that I'm going to say no to most things now. Now, like I said, over the years, I'm not a yes woman anymore. I'm less and less so. But I literally came to a point a few days ago where I'm like, you know what? I'm making a conscious decision that I'm literally not going to do anything that I don't feel like doing. I'm just not going to. And I'm not talking about like laundry and dishes and going to work. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the things that are you're in a little bit more control of. So let me give you an example. I've moved to this town. I haven't been here that long, and I'm now on my third job since I started working here. Now, let me tell you, I'm not a job hopper. My place of employment before I lived in this city, I actually stayed with them 3 years, and I loved it, and I would have stayed at that job forever had I not moved to a different state. So I don't have a habit. I'm not one of those people who jumps from job to job to job. That's not me. But I didn't find a good fit for myself since I've moved here. And the first job I had when I got here was absolutely miserable. Like one of those places where you want to just like, knowing that you have to get up and go to work the next day. I stayed about a month, and honestly, I should have left like the first couple days. It was bad. Okay? The second job wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all, but it was night shift. I can't for anything. I cannot do night shift. I'm not a night shift person. I tried to get used to that. I just, it was really hard on my body, and it was a really boring job, and, there wasn't enough mental stimulation for me. So I just quit that job. Now, this third job I think is going to work out for me. But the point of what I'm saying is when you're feeling like something's just not working out, don't make yourself sit there and grin and bear it. If you have a choice to change it, change it. And yeah, I understand. Like, there's always going to be pros and cons to everything. So a con of switching jobs is, of course, you have to meet new people. You have to learn. You might have to learn how they do their system differently. And you're probably going to have to wait that much longer to get a paycheck, because every time you switch jobs, you're going to be out of a paycheck for a little bit as you get into the flow of their pay period and stuff. So I'm not saying that it's easy, but what I'm saying is do not stay stuck in situations that you've come to realize are not making you happy, whether that's a job, a relationship, a friendship, whatever it is. Tell yourself that you're going to walk away from it. There are so many opportunities. There are so many new people. There's so much out there, and when you close yourself down by, I'll just put up with it until I can't put up with it. I have spent so much of my adult life just putting up with things, thinking that they'll get better, hoping that they'll get better, hoping that maybe as time goes on, I'll get tougher and I won't hate it as much. And it's not about being strong. It's about being happy. And if you're doing something that you don't want to do on a daily basis. Now, specifically, let's think about jobs and relationships. How much time do you spend in a job and a relationship out of the week? Probably huge amounts of time, right? Most of your week. So if you want to tell me that you want to spend week after week after week, month after month after month, doing something that every day is hard to get through, don't be getting through things to get by. Pick it up. Move it. You might take a little bit of a loss, whether that's financially, temporarily, maybe emotionally, mentally, whatever it is. But find something that fits you, that feels right. Like, okay, I'm not saying you're gonna wake up and be like, I can't wait to go to work. Now, that's an awesome, amazing scenario, and I'm sure there are people out there who have jobs that are like that. Most of us don't, but at the same time, most of us don't have jobs that are like, oh my God, I would rather you cut my arm off than go to this job. So there are extremes on either end of the spectrum. You don't need to be, I mean, you don't need to take it to the bad end of that spectrum. Hopefully you get lucky and get on the good end of an extreme. But I'm just saying, like, you should wake up and feel like, all right, I'm going to get stuff done. I'm going to make money. You know, the benefit of going to work is I feel productive. When I leave work, I feel like I accomplished something today. Like it was a good, honest day. Getting my bills paid. You know, I got to see my friends, my coworkers who I'm kind of friends with now. Like, you do not have to be miserable. If it's making you miserable, get up and walk away. Be a no woman or a no man. Take the temporary loss for the bigger picture. Be happy.